you know? Because like the big thing about Rivals at this point in time is that there's probably a lot of people that are like hidden bosses that nobody really knows anything about. But enough like speculating on the future of Rivals. We've got a solid matchup here.
Yes.
Dinos and ZeeBee.
Definitely not hidden bosses. I would say they're quite visible.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in the opening cutscene.
Exactly. Dinos AZ's golden child right now.
Repping the state.
Repping all of Clairen.
All of Clairen and all of Arizona. Cactus attack down smash. ZeeBee sits on him though.
No. I was about to say, there's no way he's losing that, but getting the armor already going to be a little bit more difficult to kill, but I don't know, like Dinos is doing a very solid job already kind of playing around it. Tries to read the counter, but not going to fall for it. ZeeBee takes the first stock.
Right. The Clairen just sort of experience feels pretty different with the new down special changes. The fact that down special puts you into the like tipper stun makes it such a different option like that. ZeeBee can't just sort of nair out of it afterwards like before, but uses the armor to trampoline bounce on him.
Not going to do it just yet. And going back to what you were saying about that, like, it felt like before that buff, it was still a good option, and you definitely would see him use it a whole lot, because like sometimes it's just like if people are just gonna mash out, then obviously you're gonna go for it. But nowadays, it makes people definitely second guess a whole lot more if you're going to decide to mash out against Clairen, because everyone's natural instincts against the sword is just like mash.
ZeeBee just losing his stock said, "Hey, hold on, I'm back in the lead."
The classic bear counterplay.
So many tippers. If it works the first time, it might as well work the second, right?
Look, if I had a funny move that hit underneath platform and then started all my combos, I would use it too.
Yeah, using the no fun zone to shut down some of the edge guarding.
What? You can do that?
The wall is a strange place.
I've never seen you be able to just tech that. That's a command throw.
Next to the wall is sort of the Feywilds of Rivals of Aether. Space doesn't work correctly. Moves just kind of happen.
If you are just a pixel on the wall, you can live. ZeeBee already showing a lot of promise here. Just needs to get one more confirm, but Dino's already
catches the
landing
sit
that
down.
Okay, not going down without a fight.
ZeeBee almost just went for the third up air kill.
You just armor through all of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, fair armor is quite long lasting.
Yep.
Oh, but Dinos is ready to make the counter attack. Jumps over the forward strong.
And this is a very dangerous spot for ZeeBee right now. It just like Dinos is just so good at sealing out some of those combos, especially once he has them in disadvantage. But not going to be able to seal it just yet. Classic dash attack into up strong.
Etalus classic.
Yep, absolutely. That ice making him absolutely slippery. The most solid of confirms.
I'm interested to see where they go next, honestly. Etalus is such an interesting character to stage pick against.
Well, even with that being the case, like, especially in the Clairen matchup, because like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna try to focus on places that like either make it harder for him to throw ice onto the ground, or like to give you protection from the icicles. Clairen technically doesn't have to worry about it as much because all it takes is one good counter, and now you all of a sudden have this safe zone where no ice is going to get created. You're not going to get hit by any icicles. It just shuts down Etalus like just for a short period of time.
Yeah, Etalus, the fact that it makes it harder for him to just sort of set ice on the ground also really changes how he has to approach the neutral while it's on stage. I think in sort of cases like this is where ZeeBee wants that bubble to be. Wow.
Very solid reaction from ZeeBee, just like DIing away, just not letting him get anything off of that parry.
The sour hammer though, the curse of the Etalus.
Unfortunate, getting just not enough from his recovery, but
Here we go.
coming back, taking it with that side B kill.
Dino's able to parry the icicles now. They have moved on to level 2 of the icicles game.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful. It's still very committal, and throwing it out like that is not going to net him a whole lot in the long run. Okay.
See, Dino's using the side platforms a lot right now. Sort of the right mix between being able to be up-aired by the bear and not getting dash attacked by the bear. And covers it with the forward strong.
And in all honesty, this place is just the AZ classic.
Of course.
Like you go to Arizona, they literally have a mod that says, "Would you like to start to Merchant Port?"
Of course. If we're talking stage vibes in stage picks, this is it.
Exactly, and honestly, that honestly can explain the stage pick a whole lot more than like anything else, like matchup-wise.
Of course.
Like this is just a comfort pick.
Blast zone numbers are for cowards.
Exactly.
We believe in the heart, in the soul, and the cactus.
Which will take that second stock there. Getting a parry, getting started, only 23% and just not getting too terrible much off of it. But ZeeBee's still in a really bad spot. He's caught up in the corner there, and ZeeBee's right now pressing a whole lot of buttons.
Fair
armor though.
Just to get on stage.
ZeeBee is just not letting him breathe right now, not letting him back on stage. But he finally makes it back, but 103%. That is a lot of damage right now that he's going to have to contest with.
Dinos is on the move.
That was a very slick down strong there. Just slide in. Whoop. Taking it.
Dinos saw the path to victory, and it involved a very specific aquatic locale. But we have 2 more stages to go at least, at a minimum.
When are people going to learn to never take AZ players to Merchant Port? That's their home. You don't take them there. All right.
ZeeBee choosing Etalus as home, Frozen Fort, and immediately getting parried.
Yep, that'll happen a lot as Etalus. If you're throwing out those icicles and you're not being cautious with it, yeah. That is the one sure counter that everybody needs to get ingrained in their head if they're struggling against Etalus. You can stay grounded, wait for him to approach you, and hit the parry the icicles when they come down.
The stage is really interesting for Etalus because of how the icicles can be sort of unpredictable, or it's a lot harder to gauge when they'll go through the plats and when they won't.
Yeah, it's definitely like just either a timing or a positioning thing for Etalus, where if you does that side B at just the right time, then yeah, you can sort of like thread the needle. But again, it doesn't matter when the field is up and he cannot use those icicles off stage.
Right. A lot of platform movement, but without ice, it's not enough, and Dinos is able to get just a solid kill confirmed there, and ZeeBee follows it up.
Yep, slick Dacus, but followed it up with a kill of his own.
Quite evened out.
Already back in even percentages.
Seems like ZeeBee has sort of noted when he was overcommitting in the previous game. There's a lot of moments now where he just takes sort of a second to wait, maybe air dodge, maybe just sort of jump in place.
Doing the thing that Etalus is like exceptional at, and that's just the grounded mix-up movement that he's got.
Yeah.
Using the very little ice he has to his advantage, but jumping out and wave landing, not necessarily committing to the approach, waiting for Dinos to make one mistake, and just like that, can get himself confirmed into up air, taking that second stock.
Gets extremely dunked. Got a tiny patch of ice and is keeping it to himself. This is his territory.
Honestly, that just goes to show us, like, when you play Etalus, like, making the most out of even the tiniest bit of ice that you have. Because, like, even if you're only maneuvering within that small space, you still have to, like, worry about being threatened. Because Etalus will just slide halfway across the stage, even with this amount of ice. So, like, even with one little patch or the entire stage, you've got to be careful.
Doing his best to catch Dinos out of the air when he can. Burns the bubble now. There's no fun to be had over there, but ZeeBee has free reign over the left side. And most of the middle at that.
Ooh, very solid recovery there. You see him just ledge cancel the up B end lag.
Goes for the cheeky down special. Yeah,
bad position for Plastic Dinos right now.
The down special off stage is now gone, I believe. He has it back.
Yeah, he has it back now, but getting armor now is going to be a little bit more difficult to kill.
They're both playing so patiently. They know they could lose the stock at a moment's notice.
Exactly, and right now, especially Dinos, like he's in a much more threat range because he's going to have to deal with the ice armor. It goes away, and it leads to the stock confirm.
You have to respect the like ice shards flying out of the armor there.
Exactly.
It's like forward strong normally is just big scary chomp, but it suddenly becomes this like actually good anti-air.
And honestly, that's just solid mental game from ZeeBee. It's like not making use of that at all, and it forces Dinos to like think that this is a safe approach option. But now all of a sudden he's got ice shards to deal with, and he got confirmed as a result, and it seals him game 3.
Tempest Peak, what a stage!
Less room to move around on. Honestly, this Clairen's like the one character I can see having a lot of benefits from Tempest Peak, just that extra platform to give them a bit more recovery options. Saying Clairen already struggles to do so, more so than other characters, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, relatively.
In this matchup in particular, it's a nice little ceiling over the icicles like that. It's like one of Etalus' better zoning tools for the offstage is just slightly hampered, enough that he could get across the stage and do the funny up smash.
Also, just smaller stage to work around. You know, like if Etalus gets icicles on that platform, like it's not really that big a deal. And the ice that he does get on the main stage, like he's got coverage from icicles from the platforms. And
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
You see it there, yeah. Dino's opting to just go extremely low.
Yeah, exactly.
ZeeBee is trying to be as relentless as he can, goes for the dunk and gets countered for it.
Ooh. Very solid follow-up there. Not going to get a kill off of it, but you know, just getting that down air, like recovering back.
ZeeBee approaching a lot now with Fair, just trying to get sort of the safe jump option. Forward strong does not kill yet. Plastic Dinos will survive that.
And like what we just saw was kind of like the double-edged sword for the stage. Like you have more recovery options, yes, but that little platform right there is the epitome of being backed into a corner.
Speaking of double-edged swords, by the way.
Yep, getting the tipper, taking that second stock, taking the stock advantage in this game 4.
I admit I had that one cooking in my back pocket for a solid minute. 1-1 now, evened up. Could be ZeeBee's set point. Plastic Dinos has to fight pretty hard now, but he is making it look possible.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the percentage lead right now, but Etalus, known for being able to cheese out these early stocks, especially with up air.
Being very aggressive with chasing down the up specials. And it's working out so far.
Dino's doing an exceptional job of covering this high recovery, making full use of the sword's range, not letting him breathe for a second. When he's there,
almost catches with the forward special, but ZeeBee is just outside of that.
Exactly. And like I said, backed into a corner. ZeeBee's just trying to get back on stage, trying to reset neutral, but Dinos is just not letting him breathe for a second. Oh.
ZeeBee doing his own chance to sort of play around with the Tempest Peak flats, but gets caught for it.
Yep. Honestly, that's a very solid decision-making from ZeeBee and, like, very solid survivability there because it's just like he's stalling. He's trying to force Dinos to make that committal option so he can recover back, but Dino's just not falling for it.
Yeah. Evening it out set count-wise, we're now at 2-2. Game 5.
And honestly, it's like there is like, what do you change here? That was a very solid, I think, win for his counter pick. More than anything else, I don't think he was just playing bad. It's just I think he just got counter picked.
Played the macro stage game.
Exactly.
This is going to be interesting. I know Plastic Dinos has shown a lot of just sort of creativity with platforms. Whereas ZeeBee so far, kind of just playing the 2-lane game in 1 lane.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it's kind of hard to play that creatively
Dash
with
attack jump
Etalus.
cancel to catch him off the stage.
Obviously, there's creative play to be had with any single character, but when you're not necessarily a quote-unquote specialist with this character, yeah, it's kind of hard to find that creativity, especially against somebody like Dinos, who is, for all intents and purposes, a solo character specialist.
Right.
But it's not really mattering too terrible much. ZeeBee taking that first stock with the up air confirms there, but and right now Dino's in a bad spot.
An armored bear is very scary.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be messing around. You want to be able to finish off Etalus. It's already heavy and hard to kill. You do not want to give him the extra time to just run away with the lead. It's the
Forward strong. Forward strong. Turns out, big enough to catch the dash attacking bear.
Yep,
Who
and
would've thought?
already gets another set of armor, and Dino's in a very bad spot. Percent-wise gets the dash attack up strong again. Etalus coming out clutch.
Perry gets rid of the armor, but does not get rid of ZeeBee yet, until now.
Yep. Yeah, non-tipper F-Strong finally going to be enough, 200+%. A bit of an uphill climb, but Dino's known for making a whole lot happen from one little interaction. Okay.
ZeeBee just kind of doing his best to maintain that bottom flat control. That's the word. Control.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially for,
Attacks the corner and rolls back on the up air.
ooh, okay.
Tries to chase him. Etalus is a bit too high up.
Yeah, and right now Dino's having to go for some of these more riskier plays here.
And says, hey, I'm going to grab you.
Finally does it! 102. He's still very much in this game. All it takes is one very solid advantage state, and this could be it.
Wow.
But
the down special did not go off. There was not a hitbox.
yeah,
ZeeBee was elsewhere.
honestly, ZeeBee coming in clutch.
And the parry. Ooh.
ZeeBee coming in clutch with those forward air armors. Just barely missing out on the opportunity to make the most insane comeback I've seen so far this tournament.